It's David Aaron Gregg. I signed up to be a candidate. You might not have ever heard of it, but anyhow, for President of the United States. And I just want to tell you about my system. It's a one safe trade, transit, insurance, commerce, sales tax, appropriation, accountability, infrastructure, investment, prepaid dividend bearing sales tax. And what I mean by prepaid dividend is as soon as you start participating with the debit card, you start accumulating dividends. And they will just start growing, and it'll be a progressive stage that you will realize the value of your retirement and your securities in a progressive movement versus what we have now, where you pay in, and then at the end you finally get something. We're going to get a supplement that is stable for the littlest among us that will progressively follow them through a progressive liberty system that will enable us to recalibrate the system as it is now. My system will allow us to dust the borders in an evolutionary progression over the next 2 decades or so that allows people in other countries to have the option to participate with our prepaid Social Security system through transactions through their club card, their United States participation card. And at the same time, we don't do any trade with any other countries that does not recognize the value of the rights of the citizens of the United States. If they don't adopt our rights and our Constitution with all of our civil liberties that we've developed in the last couple 100 years, we don't buy a thing from them. And then after they, on top of this system, that will work itself out. On top of this system is it's a 5-layer tax system that preserves the town, the county, the state, and the federal government's appropriations. And the 5th layer is for the joint venture of exploration and securities. My system would consolidate our military into an exploration corps, and we had the technology to do it greenly, whether or not we had the patent rights that have to be changed. In my system, I changed the patent rights. The patent rights are no good after 5 years. You can't reinstate them, and the best product will withstand the test of time. Royalties, I do think that if somebody is the founding patenter of a technology, they should get a certain amount of royalties for every device of similar applications. And trademarks. You need your trademarks. We need to reinforce trademarks, and you can integrate your trademark into your design. If it's a stamped replica, you definitely deserve a reward, but you shouldn't be able to put the technology on the shelf and sell us the crap that we have currently being marketed to us. Like, how many of these iPad things have you had to buy, take apart, and splice together because they're one component or the other component on these devices is flawed? And they've been doing it well through the 80s all the way up to now. I mean, it's really bad. You can't even spend $100 on a pair of Nikes get the things to last longer a month without just falling apart. Microwaves, the paint falls off the inside, they start shooting sparks, you try to take it back, oh, you're a week late for your recall. Anywho, it's a big scam to keep us being consumers. They're controlling the food right now under my system. I don't understand why we would outsource something that we can maintain locally. They can change our genetics through hormones, and we shouldn't let them. We shouldn't have to be forced through property tax to go out here and do commerce with toxic entities. We shouldn't be forced. If we go out here and we got a spaceship and it's registered, whatever, and we go out and we make a sustainable habitat somewhere and we stay there for 50 years, when we come back, are we in the rears on their money? No? Then why can't we hold our property sovereign of taxes? If you're going to buy something and you're going to tax something, do it at the moment of transaction when that person has the money to purchase something. When the place is bought, they pay some taxes. Not occur taxes every year. No matter how self-sustaining you can make your home, if you have to keep paying taxes so the administrators can get a pension and a paycheck, you are enslaved. We got to stop that. Now, I definitely want to see the military become an exploration corps. I want to do away with rockets and find a green way to put our rigid materials into orbit where we can platform and stage our next evolution of deployment. Like, awesomely enough, I'm at a loss for words. Juno is about to meet Jupiter, and that's just a climax on top of all the stuff we got boiling up here in the politic ring. And I really truly do believe my system is flawless for the circumstances of the current day. It would settle all the doubt in the economy, give us a trajectory for growth for the next 50 years. We can do it. It's simple, and I'm tired of being held back by people who have so much money they can buy up technology that was invented 150 years ago. I'd just like to see us really have the innovations of at least our ancestors. I mean, you think 100 years ago, family members that are deceased are our ancestors. And they had big old mechanized machinery that just run on big old flywheels and all this cool stuff that is vanishing and being there's just too many things we can do with the big flywheels that I don't see nobody doing. I don't understand it. I see turbines. Okay, that's fine. Why not just have a grandfather clock wind up turbine that powers your home? Because they want to keep us being consumers. That is the only reason. And if they can buy up the technology and patent laws and put it away on a shelf, we'll never evolve. We'll never really reach our full potential. We will just be sitting here paying property tax, have to maintain a job, maintain a car, neglect our farms, neglect our children's education, so we can delegate all the responsibility, delegate all them jobs to somebody else, so we can become 40-hour-a-week slaves. There is no thing that requires 40-hour-a-week servitude other than fat, lazy government employees. I'm David Aaron Grigg. I am tired of having the fat, lazy government employees and the fat government regulations. on our backs. I don't need your money if I don't have to get out here and pay property tax. I can try to become self-sufficient. I can try to minimize my carbon footprint. I can try to give a projection for my child of prosperity over his duration of his grandchildren's lives. We can do this if we. Why put the military into exploration? Because if we outrun them, they will strive to keep up they will try to catch up before they try to. Well, they're going to have to catch up before they can eat us. They can't. They got to keep up. And if they can't keep up, well, I mean, at least there'll be a goal. I don't know what. You guys won't come out and really publicize anything good because you're fat waste of government employees sucking up all the life out of our abilities. We don't need to sit in your schools and be stupid like apparently half the fucking country has agreed to being. Excuse my language. Smack you, not me. Get to work. I want to ride the Milky Way.